What's up? Friday edition. Ooh, the boys. Friday edition, Pick Central.
Victory Hotel Room.
Fresh off a Knicks win. Myself, Smitty, Clemmer, and the North Dakota boys, the Sunshine Boys, Big Ev and Meek Phil over in the hotel room. I don't think they slept. I think they've been high on spirits all night, high on life.
Yep.
So, Ev, you weren't here yesterday to kind of even talk about the game. You didn't get an opportunity to really. You were on the stream, but we only had your video and we were cutting into you. So, instant reaction. What do you got off of this game, you and Phil?
Just special. This team, it's just a team that you can't not love. You can't. It's so many emotions where I'm thinking about just all the loose balls, the offensive rebounds, but I'm also we had the 8-point lead and then it's tied. You just never, this series has been so stressful, but so satisfying. Like I said, listen, all these teams are trying to duck the Sixers. We weren't ducking them. We didn't care. We played the Bulls hard. Game 82 or whatever it was, a bit extra because of the in-season play or whatever. But we were down for any challengers, have just a brutal collapse like that in Game 5, and then come back on the road in Game 6 and get it done in crunch time, get a win. And it's just beautiful.
It's the kind of series where I don't even know if I want to talk shit after just because of how tight it was. We only outscored by 1 point the entire series.
Difference of 1 point.
Crazy.
And
1 point.
I honestly think it's a blessing in disguise that we ended up losing Game 5 because it made the team it was a punch in the mouth that we had to get back from.
I love Dukes. We have to go back and just clip some clips after Game 5 of everybody, all the Knicks fans referring to the Knicks as the Knicks, and then after Game 6 referring to the Knicks as we.
And also, it's crazy the Knicks won.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
no, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Isn't it crazy how the Knicks won? Because, Smitty, weren't we told that the series was over?
No, we didn't say it was over. We said we were worried about it.
It's whatever at this point. It ended kind of how I thought it might. I went into last night not expecting to be surprised by anything. The Sixers wanted to blow out, the Knicks wanted to blow out. If it was a close game like it was, either way, I wouldn't have been surprised. I am a little surprised, but then again, not, because this is so fucking poetic that Tobias Harris is leaving Philadelphia and giving back 29% of the salary cap on a 0-point performance.
Is that confirmed, or are we sure to not bring him back in any capacity?
If they bring him back on the roster, not G League roster, on the regular roster, I will never watch a Sixers game again.
I think Embiid said he wanted him back next year.
Okay, maybe if he wants to play for free, maybe, but if they sign him to anything significance, the contract, I will never watch a Sixers game again, because that's how. Why?
It was awful.
Why? Travie. We were talking, and Travis just he scored 20 points 2 games ago, and people were all up in him. He's a max fucking contract player. He should be scoring 20 points every game.
Smitty, there's no Game 6 without his Game 5. True, but then again, there's an advancement past the second round of the playoffs at some point during his tenure at the Sixers if he played average during his time here. No.
We've said it a bunch of times. The process is now dead and buried. It's been dead a million times.
Oh yeah, no. It's.
I hate beating that horse, but
it officially ended in 2021 with Ben Simmons. That's when it ended. Now you have to avenge the process.
You got to figure something out. Yeah, you guys.
Which they have ample salary cap to do.
You're in purgatory.
I do have a question.
No, I don't think so. I think the Sixers are in a great spot once they get rid of this Tobias Harris contract.
I do have a question. The process, is it Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, Embiid, or does the process kind of end when the last part of the process leaves? So, for example, when Embiid leaves, is the process over? So is the process still alive?
No, the process.
This is a new process.
No, the process has been an abject failure. It just has been. The only saving grace out of the entire thing has been Embiid. That's the only thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you have Embiid, is Maxey a part of that process? Because if you get Jimmy Butler, I saw a report they might go after Jimmy Butler. You might get go after LeBron. If you get one of those, is that a part of the process, or is Like, what is the process? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, when does the process kind of end?
The process actually ended when Sam Hinkie was ousted for Brian Colangelo. That's when the process
That
ended.
is exactly what happened. The process process might not have been a failure. They never really let it.
Yeah.
They never let it out.
Adam Silver killed the process.
Okay. I'm splitting hairs here, but this is a new process.
No, it's not. No.
What is this then?
This is the process is a philosophy that I don't entirely disagree with, and I think Sam Hinkie had he been allowed to be the GM and be allowed to make these calls before getting fired for no reason, really.
Oh, just replaced. He was replaced because he was doing what he was doing.
Because the NBA didn't want him because it was going to be successful. Like, I hate the idea.
And this was 2016.
It's so frustrating. Everyone's like makes fun of the process because the easy punchline without no, the process probably would have worked, and instead the NBA didn't allow it to.
And you bring in Brian Colangelo, who gets swindled by the Celtics for Markelle Fultz and Jason Tatum. He's wearing too big of collars, and he gets ousted for burner accounts. And then you bring on Elton Brand, who's never been a GM in his life, and allow him to give Tobias Harris these contracts and Al Horford these contracts that just absolutely handcuff the Sixers for half a decade.
Colangelo should get so much more shit for what he did. Like, he fucked everything up, and instead everyone makes fun of the process. It just pisses me off. I don't even care about the Sixers.
So this is actually the first time in since 2019 that they actually have an optimistic, like fully optimistic chance. Besides 2021, they did too, but Ben Simmons just shit the bed. They actually have a very optimistic chance to make something happen, and they need to, because Embiid really only has 2 to 4 years max of like prime Embiid. So I mean, get a max player in there with him, and you go all out. And I said this on the stream last night and yesterday's show. Rest him. I don't care about load management fines. I don't care about going after the MVP. Rest him 40 games. There's not been one single playoffs outside of 2019. Joel Embiid has been healthy. Sit him for half the season. I don't care. Get the 3-4 seed. Just sit him and have him healthy for the playoffs to go 100%.
Do you want to talk about his fourth quarter statistics in this series? How he shot 29% from the field and 11% from three when the game came down to the wire?
Meek, it's easy to yap.
I'm just saying,
it's easy
he did
to
not
yap
show
when
up
you're
when
above.
it mattered most.
Oh my God, we're not
He
doing
didn't dominate fourth quarter.
We're not doing
He did not dominate fourth
We're
quarter.
not there yet, but he dominated the overtime the other night when Maxey went off. But it's okay. It's okay.
Series. Where was Maxey last night? Are we gonna give Rico his flowers?
Yeah, we're okay. Let's no. I'm happy you brought up that point. I'm happy you brought up that point because Scott Foster, for whatever reason, wasn't the extender last night. Maxey got 0 calls, and Jalen Brunson got every call, to the point where he was getting calls that were discontinued from the league after Trae Young ruined it in 2021. He was stopping and letting Batum and other people come into his back, and he was for some reason getting those calls. Why? Why, NBA? Why?
Game, Smitty, that's why.
No. This is a legit objective point, Meek, that he is not allowed to do that since Trae Young did it, and they discontinued it in 2021. Why weren't those fouls called last night?
He did it, Smitty. He did it. He did it, and the series is over.
No, but I'm asking a legitimate question. Like, why? That
I don't know why.
NBA players were tweeting, that's not allowed anymore.
Yeah,
We've been told blatantly that's not allowed.
Why did they toss that though? If you stop in front of somebody and he doesn't have the control,
because it's an easy way to just get two free throws. That's it.
A foul though.
And Trae Young took advantage of it. It's a foul, but it's there's no way if you're trailing to stop yourself in that situation.
So it's I mean,
there was.
That's why they eliminated it from the game. But Jalen Brunson was able to bring it back last night. I don't understand that from an officiating standpoint.
Maybe they were saying some of those fouls he got hit from the side instead of the back.
It was clearly from the back.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few. He kind of. I mean, that's kind of a little bit his move. Like he puts you on the back hip. Like he kind of does a little like. I was saying to Meek yesterday. It's almost like an NFL version, like when like a receiver, like underthrown ball, and receiver kind of like.
It's exactly what it is.
Draws it like that's he does that. Like he puts you in his back pocket, and that's where he wants. Listen, the Maxey shit. There was probably a few that should have went his way. But the only thing I will say is, you can say that like Brunson gets all the calls. It's fine. I mean, Embiid gets like you breathe on Embiid. He gets
that's fair.
A little bit Spider-Man memeing each other on Brunson and Embiid.
Maybe
we've been doing that to each other all series.
Maybe, but the Brunsons. My point about the Brunson fouls, at least 2, they should have been deemed illegal from the rule in 2021 with Trae Young.
Smitty, I have a stat for you I want to bring up.
Yep.
This fucking guy.
Yes,
this
let's go.
fucking guy.
This guy.
Hey, Meek. No. Before you bring
Meek
up this stat, I want you to treat Vibs and Dave Portnoy the same way, the same exact way, Meek. Otherwise, you're no fan. You are no fan, and you are gutless. You are completely gutless. So go ahead with your little stat, but clip this now. Clip your little stats after you won the series against the Sixers. Show this, but be warned, if you do not treat Vibs and Dave Portnoy the same way in the next 2 series, you are a fucking coward.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I mean,
You're trying to move a fucking immovable object right now. Go ahead.
Right,
What's the stat?
Free throw attempts in the playoffs. Joel Embiid had 78, which was more than every team in the playoffs outside of the Nuggets, who had 79.
Yeah, he gets fouled a lot. Okay.
He got a lot of calls, but he does get fouled. He
say.
got fouled, but he got a lot of calls.
Meek,
Okay.
Two things can be true.
Give us your this is your chance. Go right now, Vibs. What do you want? You got something to say to Vibs right now? The floor is yours.
I mean, Vibs, get ready for a award. That's all I have to say.
Well, all right.
Are they getting Vibs?
Yeah, you can tell Vibs right to his face.
Get Vibs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll get Vibs. Fuck
Get
it.
Vibs.
Yeah,
Were
Vibs is
you
there.
the one thing? Oh, wait till he gets back. He was throwing 100 last night in terms of the reverse.
That was.
Oh yeah.
That
he
was
probably-
legitimately.
It was
That could have
impressive.
debunked whole Clemmer's superstitious thing. I was like, no, you said none of this matters. I was like,
Yeah.
I think
Doesn't
Smitty
matter.
is out.
But it was fun to watch.
We'll do that right
It
after.
was fun to
this.
watch.
Say it to his face. Say it to his face. Come on, Meek.
Where's Vibs? Show me the camera. Vibs has headset on?
Can you? He can't hear. Try that headset. Or yeah, just throw mine on for now. It's fine.
Just take Clemmer's. Yeah, he doesn't need to hear me. Vibs, you hear me good?
Yep, I can hear you, Meek.
Get ready for a war starting Monday night. I want a good, respectable series. I actually respect the Pacers.
That's not what you said to me. That's not what you said to me. That's not what you said to me before the series. You said you were going to be up my ass. You said you were going to be a gerbil up my ass like Richard Gere. That's what you said. That's what you said. Be a man, Meek. Be a man.
War, who can speak louder? I'll keep talking over you.
No, be a man. Act the same way you acted to
No,
me.
I'm not.
Don't be a coward to Vibs.
I respect the Pacers. I don't respect your loser-ass franchise.
What that the Pacers won in their history? No offense, Vibs.
I mean, we've dominated the Knicks in series. Well, we 4-3, but we own the Knicks in series. Hicks versus Knicks, that was the ultimate disrespectful line. So when the Knicks called us Hicks, it's war. It's on site. I appreciate you being a gentleman, but come Monday, it's on. I'm gonna be in your ass.
You get in my ass, Vibs. Get in my ass then. I'll get in your ass.
Oh, was he?
Well, then I look forward to being in each other's asses, Meek.
Yeah, we'll be in each other's asses all 7 games. I think it's going to be a 7-game series.
I think it's gonna be a 6-game series, and the Pacers
I
win.
think it's going to be a 5.
All right.
Boom. Roasted. No 4.
I think Meek's getting I'm not trying to troll. I think Meek is getting a little scared about the way that he conducted himself in a first-round series. That he has to bring that now to Vibs, and he knows what Vibs is doesn't have any relationship that Smitty does with Meek. Vibs will not hold back. And then if you win this, Meek, you have Clemmer and Dave Portnoy.
Yeah,
You're a
Meek,
little
I'm not
scared.
gonna be in
You're
your
being a little
ass,
bitch.
Meek. I'm going to be in your kidneys. I'm going to be in your lungs.
In his guts, up in his guts,
Yeah.
rearrange his guts.
Human centipede of Meek.
I mean, I think the Pacers are going to be a good series. I like our chances. That's all I'm going to say. I'll let the talk on the floor do it.
Oh my God,
you're
you're such a tender labia.
Smitty can call me. Smitty, I don't like your loser-ass franchise.
You're just
Your
a
superstar
tender
shuts
ass
down the
labia.
fourth
No,
quarter.
you're a tender labia.
You can't call his ass.
Dirty
You can't
tender
call-
labia.
You can't call his franchise a loser ass when you're a fan of the fucking Knicks.
Dirty, infected, ugly tender labia.
North Dakota's a great state, by the way. That's not.
Whoa.
Meek, did you think last night during the game you were a little too into it? You were.
What was with the shadow boxing?
Yeah, that was
I always do that.
a round 1 series. I
Yeah,
hate to
but
see
it
it
was-
in the
always
second
do that.
round of
I do
the
that.
Eastern
But it was the
Conference Finals.
toughest. It was the toughest of this going in. The Knicks had the toughest draw.
The first round series, Rico.
Yeah.
Of the top four seeds, the
Oh,
Knicks
no,
had the toughest
hold
draw.
on, no. Dude can't push. It absolutely was. We literally played basically the 3 or 4 seed in the first round.
The Knicks had the toughest draw of the top 4 seeds. The Celtics had a
100%.
walkover,
Yes.
and
100%.
Butler
Butler,
went
yeah.
down.
No Giannis in the Pacers series. I'll give you that.
Yeah, so the Bucks had a tough draw, but then that becomes even like they didn't have their guys, so they're battling uphill. And then who's the other team I'm missing? The 4 or 5.
The Cavs, Magic.
The 4 or 5 is supposed to be hard, but that's just a toss up. That's supposed to be a toss up. We got one of the hardest teams.
I get that.
Missed a guy because he was hurt.
It's game 6.
No,
you still have another game in Madison Square Garden if you lose. Like, you don't have confidence in your team to go game 7.
But that series was decided by 1 point over 6 games. It was
no
I'm happy
you
there's
can
no
get
game
excited
seven.
about
it just looked
every
like
game. I'll put it this way: your point of getting overexcited about a first-round series.
No. I'm not saying
fair, but when you let the series dictate what it was, once game 2 happens and that crazy ending, and then game 5 happens, and every game is separated by 3 to 4 points, and each star is going for 40 points. Now the series is what it is a war. So if you're not acting like that,
it just looked like
no pulse.
A fan that had no confidence in his team to close out a game 7 if it had to go there.
You never wanted to go 7. Why would you put that on the table?
No, but there is the way game 5 went. Like obviously, like you're gonna start thinking
you had to win 6.
When you
the Maxey
like
gutless
that.
game. That was yes.
But
I get it. I get it.
main
Put it this way.
It was a
It's not having confidence. Yes, who has the advantage? We have game 7 at home. Would I love to see them close out at the Garden? Yeah, that'd be great. But you're adding an opportunity of you could lose game 7.
Get the
So
job
if
done
winning
when you
game
have
6,
to.
it's
I
over.
get that.
Yeah, why even put that situation back on the table? Shut that door and don't ever think about it again.
On the other side, Rico, you have Meek calling Smitty's a loser-ass franchise, the Sixers. Meanwhile, he's getting this excited about a round 1.
Well, the Knicks have not had success.
The Knicks are a loser franchise.
They
You
have
can't
been
call
for
Smitty's
20.
franchise a loser franchise.
They weren't. The Knicks weren't a loser franchise. They have been for 20 years.
The Sixers haven't won a championship in 40 years, and that's still 20 years newer than the Knicks.
When was the Sixers last time in the finals? Is that against the Lakers?
2001.
They built a statue. They won game 1, and the
Yeah.
guy stepped over him. They built a statue for him.
They built a statue for
Put it
the
right
whole-
next to a fictional boxer.
No, they didn't.
Rocky
Rocky statue was built by the Rocky 3 production, and it was a gift to the city of Philadelphia that was by the
didn't
Art
have to-
Museum.
Wonderful statue.
You didn't have to take it.
Sixers
You didn't have to take
What
it.
do you mean you don't have to take it?
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, you telling me somebody whose entire wardrobe is gifts from every single college coach and program across the nation is getting upset because one of those famous movie franchises gifted an iconic statue to a city?
You guys did a parade for the 2-2 Little League World Series.
No, we didn't do a parade for them because of that. And I did not agree with that parade, by the way. I did not agree with Tanny. I did not agree with Villanova parade. And I would not have agreed. Well, actually, I might have agreed.
Wait,
I might have agreed with Smarty.
Time out. There was a parade for a Little League team.
Yes.
And you, sitting there at 35 years old, is mad that an 11-year-old got shined down the streets of
They didn't
Philadelphia?
win. They didn't win.
He came in third.
He hates Monet Davis.
No, I know
She
that.
got shelled in her second outing.
Do you like
No one tells you
Bosco?
about that.
Bosco, like I get having these takes when you're like 27, maybe, but like as you've gotten older, like do you still believe these? Like
Yeah.
you were getting like
Yeah,
you were
they didn't
reaching
win
40.
anything.
Like,
They didn't
you
win
have to
anything.
change these
Dukes,
takes.
didn't win
Dukes,
anything.
I agree with
Did
that.
Alabama have a parade for going to the Final Four?
I think a celebration was fine, but a
Didn't win.
We're
parade down.
talking about 18-year-olds getting paid to play fucking basketball, not 11-year-olds that made the fucking Little League World Series.
They didn't win anything. A lot of teams go 2-2.
Teach 'em young.
A ton of Staten Island teams go 2-2. They don't get parades.
Dukes,
They get a
they-
barbecue at the Little League, and
Yes.
they clap, and they say, good job, but hey, guys, you didn't win. Practice harder when you get to high school.
They should have had a
That's
celebration.
what we do on Staten Island. In Philly, they say she's the world's
No,
greatest.
that's not what
They
happened.
bury the tapes
That's
of the
not
second
what
outing.
fucking happened.
Bury the
You
tapes.
coward. You Nate
Bury the
Oates
tapes.
jerking off fluffer. All that they did, all that they needed to do was have a celebration. They didn't need to have a parade down Broad Street, which is sacred ground.
You just lied. You just denied that they had the parade. They had the parade. That's on tape.
I misspoke.
I
just
Philly, Philly having fictional boxes, fictional movies, special teams plays. Like, you
Rico.
guys reward mediocrity. You went up 1-0 in the finals, and
Whoopi Goldberg being
the
your
step
coach.
over. The
fuck
step
out
That's
of
over
right,
is
Eddie.
iconic.
That's right, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie, you have movies with Whoopi Goldberg saving your franchise. That's a fucking shittier franchise. Get the fuck out of here, Rico. Rocky's awesome.
Point.
I'm just happy Smitty can enjoy his Saturday and his kid can have the best birthday ever. That's all I
Hey,
care
that's
about.
How many Rocky
That
movies
is
are there?
There's six Rockies and 3 Creeds.
I legitimately think that if you get like upwards of like 10 movies in a franchise, you deserve a franchise. Like you deserve a statue.
Not only one Best Picture, and it's
Right.
It's the most.
It's one of the most iconic movies.
Like if you're gonna put up a statue of a fictional character, like Rocky's got to be the one you put up.
Oh, how have we spoken? I think Monet Davis has been sitting in the show and not Jalen Brunson yet. This is fucking.
Yeah. That's what you get when you deal with this maniac.
Who gives a fuck?
That's what you get when you deal with this maniac.
2007 Little League World Series.
That's what you get.
Fuck them. Who gives a fuck?
He's a loser and he fucking is dragging us down. Yes, Jalen Brunson is a superstar. Superstar. I think Charles Barkley said it was the best deal like ever, as it's going to turn out right now.
It's the most impactful free agent signing of all time.
Of all time.
I mean, Charles Barkley doesn't
not
know
sure
what he's
about
talking about.
That is.
I agree that Jalen Brunson is.
I mean,
he's amazing.
The
the Heat won 3 championships with their free agent signings.
How about Kevin Durant to the Warriors?
No, I was saying it's more of a. It's like the best signing for what you paid. Return on investment.
It's the most. It might be the most undervalued.
Yeah.
One of.
Charles
He's
It's
unbelievable.
You want to walk that back a bit, Meek?
He's unbelievable.
Hold on. Let me. It is the best value contract in sports right now.
Yes.
Bryce Harper might argue with you.
I mean, he's literally making less than half the max, playing like one of the best players in the NBA. He took less than half the max.
Great contract. Great contract.
I mean,
Like,
CJ
how can
Stroud's
you
on a
beat
rookie
He took the
contract.
Knicks from a lottery team to a team that's in the second round 2 years in a row.
You're acting like making it to the second round is a fucking NBA championship.
maybe go to
Walk a
the
mile
third
on
round,
my
man.
shit for a decade, Meek. Walk a mile on my fucking shit. That's why it gets so pissed off that you're acting like a first round win is the end all be all to life.
Weird.
Get somewhere, Meek. Be somebody, and then
been there,
talk
though.
shit.
No, this is but listen, let me speak for me. This is I'm deciphering Meek. He said that this is a Philly thing. It's not even like as much as a first round thing as it's a Philly thing. Clearly, it's a Philly thing.
It's a Philly thing when you're up. Congratulations, but when you're down, you cradle in your little fucking corner and you go in the sewers and you just hide under your bridge.
But hold on, I'm going to be a Meek defender. I'm going to talk for Meek now. But that's also he does it to an extreme where he goes really loud and then quiet. But this is what sports is like. The loser.
What?
The loser,
He didn't go quiet after Game 5.
No, he said he
Meek
did.
was
He
scared to
He said he
tweet
does.
yesterday until
I literally
said he
said
does
it.
go quiet.
I said it. He goes from loud to super quiet. That's what I said. He goes.
I wasn't scared to
he's
tweet
the
yesterday. I was
extreme.
live for the
Hold
whole
on,
quarter.
He's the extreme. But this is what sports is. When you win and you lose, winners win and losers lose. But you get to say, we're the winners, you're losers. That's how this thing goes. That's just how it goes. We've been in that seat 1,000 times. Like when we win, we're gonna puff our chests out. Like,
You're not the winners, though. You're the winners today, Ev.
Ev, you know there's unwritten rules of this thing. You of all people know.
Like, but I'm saying like that you're not allowed to say like winner, like loser franchise.
Oh wow.
Like I get like obviously the Knicks have been losers, but like right now like we won, like we're up. We get to talk shit.
You won it.
We got the mic.
You won it first. It's a first round.
But you do get to be excited. You gotta
listen.
Like hold on,
Clemmer.
put Clemmer on
show
the
some
screen.
emotion.
Put Clemmer dumbass on
What
the
are we
screen.
supposed to do?
We won. We get to talk
You can
shit.
celebrate, but the way
We
Meek,
fucking
the way
won.
Meek,
You don't sit
the
there
way Meek
and get
behaved was
very big
wonderful.
on me.
One of the
Oh,
best
this is
moments in the
first
last
round.
15
We
years
won.
for the Knicks
We're
has been
winners.
Knicks
We
tape
win.
and
We
Bing
talk
Bong.
shit.
Like we gotta celebrate wins, bro.
You can celebrate, but the way Meek does it is especially like it's antagonistic.
He's Phil.
and
He's
it's
annoying.
shitty, and it's but he's gonna get shit for it though. Like he deserves to get shit for it.
When Meek's team is up and he's dancing, that just drives me crazy, and I'm not looking forward to that next week.
Yeah, he's gonna drive. You're gonna have you're gonna have a freak out.
And then he just goes silent whenever they're
Yes.
down, and he's
okay.
I'm
Well,
ready.
the best is Vibs. He legitimately. I think it was Smitty or Clemmer. I forget which argument it was, but they came back like with a pretty resounding argument against Meek, and he just walked away from the mic.
It was Meek.
When
He
when
ran
they're
right
up,
to the mic.
when they're up, he's like, "You want me to go in the room? You want me to be next to Smitty?" And then when they lose, he's like, "I'll stay back here behind the glass."
I will say that I gotta say, as a Pacers fan, we haven't won a series in 10 years, so it did feel good. But emotion's fine, but it was a little excessive. I'll say that from the Knicks.
I'll
fans.
say this, Smith. I'm more scared of going into Indy than I was going into Philly.
Nobody cares.
Well,
Nobody cares because nobody cares, Meek. Nobody cares about your individual feelings, how you feel going into this.
And no one
game,
cares
this
about your
season.
feelings, Smitty.
I'm well aware of
Boom,
that.
roasted.
I am very well aware of
He's
that. I've been working here
comfortable
with
for
being roasted.
15 years. Learned that like 5 years ago. Way too late.
Should be a hell of a series in Indy.
yep.
It's gonna be unbelievable. But yeah, to Ev's point though, like the real story was getting buried because we're all lunatics. Brunson was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Best player in the series.
Unbelievable.
He's a killer.
Yeah.
He's a legit killer.
Quiet, silent assassin. Absolute stuff. And the guys around him all stepped up. Like Hartenstein, that stupid little shot.
Okay,
that worked. Hart is not afraid to take the big shot. It was a very Starks moment. I know he wears number 3. That was a very Starks type moment. You know what I mean?
OG.
So this team has that potential where everybody around them just does what they're supposed to.
OG. The minutes with him on the floor are the Knicks are so much better.
Yeah.
He's the X factor. He's incredible.
OG's a beast.
That dunk last night. That dunk was insane.
The way he was able to just seamlessly. He got traded to this team mid-season, and just instantly the team was so much better.
He's a hard
player.
player.
That is such a difficult thing to do, especially in basketball, with no rapport with these guys. I've never played with any of them, and just seamlessly jump on this team and make them just so much better.
Right. He even survived.
He's unbelievable. He's been like kind of the. No, I won't say unsung hero, but I think he's been like the most. Obviously, Brunson's got a lot of the credit, and even like Josh Hart too. But OG has been truly like so crucial to this team being so much better. And Dante too. Like he had a really tough series, and he played awesome.
He doesn't quit.
He doesn't knock down a bunch of those shots. They don't not win that game.
Nobody quits for the Knicks.
McBride was buried. McBride still hits a big 3.
OG
limited minutes. Like everybody is not pout. Hey, I didn't get the ball enough. I didn't cry. Like it is a winning culture. So you got to give him all credit.
OG even survived Frank the Tank. He survived the curse.
Yeah.
Nobody survived the curse. I have a legitimate, objective question that I think is a good one. If you could start a franchise right now and had to choose between Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Maxey,
do contracts come into play?
Contracts do not come into play, just based on age and talent right now.
What's the age gap?
Like Maxey's 22?
And Brunson's, 26?
Yeah.
Maybe it's biased, but I don't know. Dude.
Maxey's 23. Obviously, Brunson's better right now. Like, there's nobody going to discount
Brunson's going to be 28 next year.
Yeah, but there's something about Brunson that he just attracts, like...
Yeah, I agree.
Toughness.
I love Brunson.
And don't get me wrong, Maxey, I know I said what I said. Maxey can fucking play. Like,
Maxey's 4 years younger. You have to take Maxey. I think that's an easy answer. But it's not at all a slide on Brunson. Brunson's awesome. He's fun to watch.
Listen, Maxey's obviously like more athletic and like faster and all that. I think it looms large when he leaves the court. The way Brunson just runs the offense. Mm-hmm. Like obviously, listen, he scores a ton, has a ton of assists, but
gets
just
to
the
the
way
lane.
He's just the engine. Like the way he just runs the offense.
Oh, he's an ultimate leader.
I think it's why his value is so much. Like I understand like the argument for Max that he's younger and like I said more athletic and all that, but Brunson's such a technician. Yeah, I think Brunson truly is more like valuable to winning and losing on your basketball team.
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to this. By the way, I think both.
If you want to start a franchise, the answer is Maxey. If you're asking for one game right now, I see the answer is Brunson.
That's fair.
Probably fair.
I think that's a fair way to look at it.
Yeah. Vibs, give us the scouting report. Like what? Obviously, you got Halliburton. Who do you see the Pacers being who on the Pacers could be a problem for the Knicks?
TJ McConnell. Just say it.
I mean, TJ McConnell has had some pretty bad games in the Bucks series, but like last night he was incredible. I think Obi Toppin revenge game. I think Obi Toppin's going to show up and show the Knicks why they should not have traded him. I'm worried about Pascal Siakam. I guess, does OG guard Pascal Siakam? Like, does he just lock him down and take him out? Nimby went from guarding Dame Lillard, and now he has to guard Jalen Brunson. Like, what a fucking series for him. And he's a second-year player. So Nimby's going to be huge. Nesmith. I don't know. Tyrese Halliburton, he's played fine, but he hasn't played like a superstar like Brunson. So Tyrese Halliburton needs to become a superstar in this series if the Pacers want to win.
Going back to the OB thing, he played phenomenal, in my opinion, against the Bucks. And he's gotten tremendously better in defense.
Defense last night, Obi was not only hitting shots, but he's playing defense. And he's not the best defender. He's a little slow with big men.
But energy off the bench, like the fact that you have him and TJ McConnell off the bench, who are just like energy impact players, like, and he's your 7th best player.
Yeah, the Pacers bench. I'll say that's our X factor. Like the Knicks are banged up. They don't have a bench. They don't have anyone to go to. So if the Pacers bench can show up, role players play better at home. So it's going to be hard in MSG to have them get going. But if the role players show up, Knicks are in trouble.
I forgot to say, congratulations yesterday on your win with the Obi Toppin game. That was big for you.
Meek, can you go post that clip to Twitter?
The series price, by the way, Knicks minus 225, Pacers plus 190. I'm gonna take the Pacers right now. I really
please.
hope the Pacers can win.
DraftKings, thanks you for your donation.
Pacers in 6. I'm looking.
So how far
we really have nobody, and we have nobody really to lean on as
how far
well.
do you
It's
see the
like,
series going, Ev? So you're very confident in the Knicks. How?
I think 5 or 6. I think it's 5 or 6. Damn. I think the Pacers will win. They will win a game at home. But yeah, 5. The Pacers are good. The thing I was talking to Meek before we came on. The concern I have is that the pace the Pacers play with, and obviously us just playing like so many guys such big minutes. I think it's a series where the Knicks are going to need to play like Precious a little bit. With Bogdanovich out, they might have to play Burks like a few minutes. I hope it's not many, Alec Burks, but just the fact that Bogdanovich isn't there, they might have to play him like 5-10 minutes a game just to like the Pacers want to go up and down, up and down, up and down, and just playing all these guys playing like 45, 46. 47,
yeah, if Tibbs thinks he can do that, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
you can't run this.
Listen, Hart can go all day. Like Brunson, obviously, like he's going to have to play like 45 minutes, and OG's going to have to be similar. But like some of the like DiVincenzo, Deuce, like some of the we're going to need to give these guys spells here and there. So I think like Brunson's going to have to play a little bit. The only thing that with maybe Precious might not have to, just because without Embiid in the series, I don't think we're going to have to worry about Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson getting to like foul trouble the same way against the Sixers. Like I don't think that's going to be a thing with like Miles Turner and some of these other guys.
Yeah, you guys don't have a star that's going to get the calls.
Right. It's a team effort for the Pacers. But like DiVincenzo played the entire game last night. He didn't sit at all. 0 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can keep that up against the Pacers. If they're
I agree. I think we got to find. I don't know where we're going to find it, but we got to find somebody else on the bench because they're running. They're going to be tired.
Deuce will play a lot. Deuce will definitely play a lot. And even like I said, DiVincenzo had games in the series where he played like 20 minutes. Like it just was like kind of matchup based. Like he had the hot hand last night, so like Tibbs is big. Like he'll ride the hot hand. Like even the game, I think it was game 4 when Hartenstein got into trouble. They just like rode Precious out the whole way, like the whole fourth quarter, because like that lineup just was working and they just went with it. So I mean, I could, like he will do all of that. He's not afraid to do that. But I mean, they talk about the kid, like the guys we have, like they've been doing it all year. Like I don't think they're just gonna randomly get just burnt out now. Like Josh Hart and these guys, like they'll play 45 minutes plus, like all. Like Josh Hart's not gonna come off the court the whole series. He never comes off the court. Like he does this.
I think it'll also come down to rebounding. The Pacers aren't bigger than many teams in the league. The Knicks are one of the few teams they're bigger than. But you got guys like Josh Hart who just like crashes the boards and runs in there and gets insane rebounds. So rebounds are going to be huge because I don't think the Pacers out-rebounded the Knicks in any of the matchups they did. But none of the Knicks were healthy whenever the Pacers and Knicks met.
Quick shout out to Av's Pick6 last night. He had Hart 12 rebounds, I think. I had no idea that hit till after the game.
He had 10 rebounds on this. Oh yeah, we had 4 out of 6. So if that doesn't keep me out of Alaska, then I'll just go fuck myself.
I gotta think you're probably safe with that.
If everyone's going 5 out of 6 and above, I mean, fuck me. But yeah, Hart had 10 rebounds in the second half.
4 of 6 is a pretty high. I think.
OG had a lot of rebounds too. That was easy.
Yeah, that catch in the first.
I was shocked that it was. I wasn't in the. We're not unfortunately not in illegal gambling, so only the Pick6. Because when I saw 5.5, I was like shocked. Like I went and checked like the actual lines. I was like, wait, is this actually 5.5? I couldn't believe it. I thought that was so low. He had big rebound numbers really pretty much all series.
Brunson got his 3s in the second half, 2 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, huge.
I actually hit that live late. We were up 4, or it was a 2-point game, and it was Brunson to hit another 3 was plus money, so I took that as well live. So I also hit Hart live points over 15.5, and he hit that big 3 that changed that. So, DraftKings, you can get involved live, and obviously if you're not in the states that are live, you get the live action, you go to the Pick6. So everything for DraftKings there. Appreciate that. All right, so the prediction. Phil, what's your prediction?
We haven't won a series. We haven't clinched a series in the Garden at home since '99. I think we won 6 in Indiana, and we avenged a Roy Hibbert game. That's my prediction.
You think it's 6 the other way?
Pacers in 6 the other way. Yeah.
All right.
What do you think, Rico?
7.
Ooh.
You think 7,
Knicks.
Bosco?
Yeah.
All
I
right,
just
can
think
take
we're.
on
I don't
that.
know. I respect the Pacers. I think the up and down. I think that. I don't know. I just think we're due for the wars. I think it's 7. I think it's the
If
Knicks
the
and 7.
Pacers have Roy Hibbert sitting courtside at any point during the series, I'll start getting.
He might sit in the little race car and rev up the crowd just for that.
That'll terrify me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Meek, I'm looking forward to streaming. Hicks versus Knicks. I don't care how many dudes you get in there. 8, 9 dudes. It's gonna be 8, 9 dudes versus Vibs. I'm gonna get an 8 to 9 dudes asses. I'll be so far
Don't
up
you
your
have John
asses.
Rich on your side too? Isn't John Rich?
If John Rich, yeah, John Rich was there with me for the in-season tournament, so hopefully he shows up for that. But I'm prepared to go solo. I'm a lone wolf.
Yeah.
This is war. I don't care. The nice Midwest hospitality, politeness, that's gone on Monday. Hicks versus Knicks.
Well,
Be ready.
I'll be watching Game 2 in South Dakota with Clemmer, so I'm undefeated in the Dakotas.
Okay. All right.
True.
Well, game 1,
True.
you're gonna be here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. I look forward to it.
All right. Good stuff from Vibs. Switching gears, let's talk about our friend Pat Bev for a little bit. Why? No?
Yeah.
I mean, there was other
Go ahead,
storylines.
Bosco. You got the
Dominated the
floor.
storyline, but
No. You know what I was laughing at? So live on the stream last night, Rico just goes, "Oh Jesus, Pat Bev just chucked a ball at a kid," and I didn't have a reaction because I'm like, "Oh no, Pat," because I thought he actually chucked a ball at a 6-year-old, judging by your description. And we watch the video, it's like at least a college kid just getting asked the ball.
We just say kid. Kid is I'm still friends with this. Yeah, I mean,
I know. And then,
kid is how we talk.
and then I asked Rico, I'm like, "Do you still refer yourself as a kid? We're almost 40. And you're like, "Yeah, well."
But everybody else, yeah. Oh, this kid I went to school with. You can still say that, but yeah, it was let me be the last person to judge people throwing things. So I'm not really gonna say anything, but he was obviously frustrated. They lost. He hits the first lady, then he hits. They think he's gonna be suspended. It wasn't pretty, but he's a fiery guy. He's an emotional guy. So
Subscribe to the pod.
subscribe to the pod as well.
I am
He did say
actually
that.
curious to hear his reaction on it on the pod.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a very interesting conversation.
Was that
I
the
think he's gonna be a
heckler?
little bit remorseful.
I would imagine.
Was that the heckler though that he threw it at?
No.
I don't think so.
No. What did
But we
you
don't
think,
know
Ev?
if those guys stay in the bench the whole game either. Like, there's probably more to the story.
What did you
Sure
think,
there is.
Ev?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, listen, it's always weird because obviously we've not gonna pretend like I'm like the guy's best friend. Like I've interacted with him a little bit, and he's always been everything. Obviously, he's always been like a very good guy, like very like humble guy, like treated everybody with respect. So it definitely was like weird, a little bit weird to see. But I guess I'm just kind of not gonna speak for him. I'll kind of just wait and see what I'm sure obviously they'll talk about it in the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I echo what Ev said. Like, not that we're Pat Bev and I are best friends, but every interaction we've had in the office, he couldn't be more respectful to everybody here. He's literally the nicest guy, no ego, couldn't be cool. But like, when you lose a playoff round and your season's over, I'm sure you're extra frustrated. I'm curious to hear what he says.
Look, you can't interact with a fan in that matter. But I also didn't think it was like over. It wasn't Malice at the Palace, obviously.
Right.
It reminded me of when Willie Colon passed the ball to Za. If you want to get that clip up, it's one of the best clips of all time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me.
I don't even know what I'd look up.
Willie Colon Za basketball.
Okay.
It has to come up.
Hilarious.
It is
clip.
an H2Q.
I'm right in the dome.
Oh yeah.
That's where you have moments like around like Willie, like a guy like Willie Colon, where you like. It's funny. You just obviously you watch a lot of football. And
Maybe just
you
Willie
see, like,
Colon's
these guys
out,
move
dudes.
people around. Just the superhuman strength the guy like an offensive lineman has. I remember watching him pick up Big Cat like this, just like a baby, like a toddler, just like superhuman strength. I mean, he threw that basketball like through the back of South
Whoa.
Flying.
Nuts.
and he wasn't even trying. Like
No.
he literally just flicked the chest pass and almost decapitated.
That's what I mean. That's what. And Pat Bev has just that NBA flick, that athlete flick. That maybe it looked like it came out a lot more aggressive than it did.
Honestly, even though obviously I know you can't do this to a fan, it was.
Yeah,
Oh,
here
yeah,
it
this
is.
clip is unbelievable.
I haven't seen this.
So funny, so funny.
Normal.
Oh no, poor Zah.
Just a little normal chest pass. Doop.
Yeah, but
Then he comes running right away.
You see that athlete flick that he has.
Just buried him.
I need to
See,
see
that's
this one
that,
more time.
that's that chest punch that was boom. Right in
It
the
flew
fucking
off
chest.
onto the desk.
Yeah.
Was that in one? One dribble up.
So hard.
Buried him. Anybody got a feel for tonight in terms of the play? So the Magic -4.5 hosting the Cavs, over under 200.5, and the Mavericks looking to close it out -7.5 against the Clippers, 208.5 as a total. Smitty, it's been a while since we touched. Where's the money going? This way. You've been following that. Ev, you have a feel on tonight? Which way are you playing it?
Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
Orlando
Yeah,
Magic.
I think you called the series right, Rico. All home teams.
No, I wasn't that guy. I was the one who did say the Cavs were up. Were the Cavs up 2-0? Am I crazy saying that?
Yes.
They were.
Cavs were up 2-0,
were.
and I said these are two teams that can't really be separated by too much. Maybe take a look at the Mavs. At the Magic. Ev completely dismissed me and then quietly bet it himself, and is now taking credit for a nice little win.
But you also got to remember, like my day to day, like my opinion on
Agreed.
yesterday, it could be night and day. Like I'm 5-0 betting the series against the spread. I've got it right every time. I was on the Magic the last three that they've covered. They didn't win the last conference they covered though. I love the Magic tonight. This team has been unbelievable at home this year. Not only against the spread, but just money. I was missing to cover the spread. Money line spread. They've been unbelievable at home. They beat the shit out of them both games at home. I think Magic win. We see a game 7. Lay the points of the Magic. I feel really good
Let's
about
get a
it.
game 7 on NBA TV.
Yeah, I agree.
Love the Magic.
I agree with Ev. The money, the big money is on the Magic, getting 70% of the money and 45% of the bets. There's also system plays on the Magic. However, the sharp money is
I'm sorry, Cavs up 3-2 in that series. Did I say it correctly?
Yes, Cavs up 3-2. Yes.
Big money's on Orlando, and the system's on Orlando. However, sharp money, there's coming in on Cavs +4. So take that as you please.
I think I like the I think I like the Mavericks.
I love the Magic tonight.
I think I love the Mavericks tonight.
Oh, the Mavericks.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Big spread.
Also-
8-point spread though. That's a big number.
We're talking about Clippers Mavs. Smitty, I just want to say, if the Sixers give Paul George a max this offseason, get ready for him to turn into Tobias Harris. That's all I'll say.
Why?
Okay.
He hates Embiid. I know Meek. He hates Embiid. You hate Paul George. You hate Paul George. Paul George hates
Paul
you.
George. I hate Devin Booker.
Oh! I can't believe we didn't talk about this. Did you guys see the clip from Marty's podcast when we were talking about trolls? Like, shout out Marty's podcast. Steal this, dude. This is so fucking funny. Meek got blocked by Eric Hosmer like a couple of years ago, right? Like during like the Kansas City Royals World Series, and he went on the podcast.
Back in 2015, Meek?
Right? When was it?
Well,
Meek?
that was
No,
the World
I got
Series.
blocked by it was like a year or two ago.
All right.
So I guess the story goes down that like Meek and Eric Hosmer met up on the podcast, and Eric Hosmer ended up being a cool dude.
Very charming.
Yes.
So then, this is the clip.
Eric Hosmer was awesome. Check out the full episode.
You hate that you like me.
Yes, I hate that after this interview, I like you slightly more. You're correct about that.
Let me tell you, I gotta be honest now, since we're friends.
But the bottom line is like he legitimately was like, you hate that you like me now, don't you?
I do hate
And
that,
it's
like,
like
Eric
legitimately
Hosmer.
like what you would think. Like I guess Marty was like, this is who was in your mentions after the World
Yes.
Series. Like
That was
that is who it
Yeah,
is.
it was like Brad Davidson and Calipari's kid. Like I didn't want to they weren't bad guys. I had to admit it. They
I
weren't
hate
bad
that
guys.
the guy that's responsible for my worst moment as a sports fan is actually a really awesome dude. I'll confirm
Just troll meets baseball player like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
There we go. Men making friendships out of this.
There you go.
Beautiful story.
You got 2 Game 6s in hockey as well. I don't expect anybody to play anything, but that has been a fun watch. Vegas hosting, Dallas looking to close it out. Dallas is a small favorite there.
We got to talk about. Just mention Toronto made a comeback against the.
They did.
Ever since the AI photo that went across the.
They did.
Went across the board.
Well, yeah. Whit even said, kind of joking around on a name show. He's like, I might have cursed the Bruins here. Yeah, it's been It's been 3 in a row since that AI picture, right? that right?
Who I believe?
Who?
Weren't they up 3-1?
Might be right.
I believe so.
Right,
3-1
yeah.
and they forced the game 7.
Yeah.
Which I still think the Bruins are going to win, but it's tight. It's tight. And you know what? Good for. The Flyers aren't in. I'm just going to root for every Canadian team. They need one. They need one. It's been what, 40 years? Yeah, root for Game 7, root for overs, root for every Canadian team. Sure.
Socialist.
Okay. What does that mean?
Just busted balls.
I know.
Do we want to talk about OBJ going to the Dolphins?
Yeah, we could touch on that real quick.
Frank doesn't care.
Doesn't care?
He doesn't care.
That's the rumor in the streets. We said the guys on social were like, we get Frank a video, and Frank's like, I feel indifferent. I would think that Frank would be. Actually, I don't know how I think he'd feel.
That just shows kind of how washed OBJ is a little bit.
Well, not like I don't think he'd be excited. I thought he'd be mad.
Why?
Exactly. Maybe he's right, just feeling indifferent.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't think he said. What did you say, Smee? He doesn't really move the needle anymore. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that he'd be mad for what he brings.
Yeah, he brings a little baggage.
Money deal.
Yeah.
It's 1 year, $3 million. Like it's not like they broke the bank for him or something. Yeah. I could see why he's indifferent. It's very like, all right, like he could come in and potentially contribute. Like I don't think that's like totally out of the realm, but I don't think he's going to be lighting the world on fire. I don't anticipate that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's like the Eagles bringing in Julio Jones. Like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's not Julio from 2014.
You could definitely have worse like third or fourth receivers on your roster for sure.
Absolutely. Fair. And
So
I
I mean,
wouldn't be
it's
surprised
like
if he has a couple big moments this year. Like he still has some guys.
Yeah, I think he will. I mean, obviously he wasn't like a huge contributor on the Ravens, and obviously they're not like they're a super like run heavy team. But he made some plays like here and there, and I think especially with Waddle and Hill, like I'm sure he'll have some opportunities.
I'm sure he could have gotten a lot more money playing outside of Miami.
Yeah, but there's no taxes.
Well, it's incentive based too. Big incentive based.
Yeah, and living in Miami probably helps.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't hurt. I know. I think the incentives too is he can earn up to like I don't know what the stipulations were, but it was up to like $8.5 million. So
yeah,
there's some little more money to be made, I suppose. I don't know what I can't imagine the stipulations are like that high.
Yeah.
To get that, but I mean, who knows?
Ev, help me out. Canelo, is he a heavy favorite? I know there's a big fight.
Yeah, I mean, he always is. I'm not going to pretend like I'm super familiar with the other guy. Like that'd be more like large stuff. But I mean, Canelo's just, I don't know. Like I feel like in boxing, the people that I like pay attention to, that I trust, that really like know boxing, I feel like he's just kind of like, I don't know, how do I say that? I mean, he's just kind of like a little overrated in terms of like he's had some, like it's boxing, man. Like it's they pick a guy and they kind of just, not that he's not good, but I mean, even like this stuff in the cards with like the the Triple G fights. Like I thought he lost the first one and it was a draw. Then like the second one, he lost again. They gave it to him. So I don't know. Like I don't.
So it's not it's not a
fight that like really moves the needle for me. Like
it's not a main.
Fighting somebody that, like,
it's not a main card.
Yeah.
I would be remiss if I didn't touch on it's one of my favorite events that pops up on you. I love the Derby, and I'm not even gonna pretend like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But you can go through the names. I got the names here if you want to pick.
All right.
If you're looking at what you like. What have you heard anything, Ev? I know you'll still be you're always invested, right?
No, I like literally the day of. I'll like somebody I know. I'll be like, yo, give me like a horse.
Yeah,
or two.
give me. You gotta have.
I don't know. I don't know anything really. Like I was reading this field. I haven't looked at it at all. Literally, I'll wake up tomorrow and be like, text like somebody, be like, yeah, like give me one or two horses.
I listen to everybody that's out there. I had Elio on Healthy Debate. You can go back and rewatch that. I think he likes the 8 and the 15 domestic product. I also think he likes the 12.
What you want to say? Do you like the Japanese
Phantom.
ones?
I'm falling in a trap. Ev, I wish you were here. You could like grab my back or grab my the back of my neck and be like, stop doing it. I feel like I'm betting Mountain West teams in the tournament. These Japanese horses, every single year, they're the most touted things in the world, and they never finish. And here I am again. I like Forever Young. One of the Japanese horses. I said, Elio, talk me out of the Japanese horse. He spent 20 minutes talking me out. I'm like, yeah, I still kind of like it because it's due. It's due.
And he was saying, he legitimately goes, when you ask me for like an NCAA tournament pick, I always give you the Mountain West team, and then the Mountain West team never wins. And Elio was like, yeah, I'm basically telling you that with like the Japanese horse. Like, don't take it.
Don't do it.
The next day I go, Rico, what'd you take? He goes, I'm taking the Japanese horse.
Yeah, I just...
Any See, I'm more like I'll get like one I'll get one or two give me like I said, good info, and then I'll pick one just the best name that I like.
Yeah, I think the way to do it is to get, again, small exactas, get 4 or 5 horses in there and see what you can do. Because the allure of the Derby is always after the race, you wait, they watch, and then the graphic pops up, and it shows what it pays. And the Super pays a house. And you're like, God damn it, why can't it just be me? 1 year. Maybe next year I'll hit the Super. So you can get in on it, you know what I mean? And that's the allure of the Tri and the Super and all these – because you have 20 horses, so the odds are going to go crazy.
Tell me why I shouldn't just go with Dave. Hottest big bet gambler right now. Why wouldn't I just follow him?
Well, if I do it, I'm doing it quietly. I'm not putting it out there publicly.
100%.
You're learning.
Yeah, I'm not putting it out there publicly. But the other thing. But yeah, I mean he's hot, and what I've heard is it's basically coming down to. Fierceness or Sierra Leone. Rapoli has Fierceness. They said if everybody runs their best race, Fierceness wins. But it's not a super horse. And the thing about this horse is it's had duds. From everything I've listened to people, you can listen to Part of My Take, he said the exact same thing verbatim. He's like, when he runs his best, he's better than anybody that he's running against. But he's had a bunch of duds in there as well.
Dave also said the weather is going to come into play.
So the weather coming into play affects the 3. People like the 3. The 3 can run in the slop.
Oh, loves the slop?
The 3 loves the slop.
Was his mutter a mutter?
Mutter was a mutter. Put what exactly is that from? Seinfeld? I thought so. All right.
Jesus.
I didn't know that episode off the back of my hand. I'm not gonna lie.
A Subway episode? It's a classic.
When they're
all in the Subway and they all go 4 different spots. And Kramer is wanting to. It has money to go to pay off parking tickets, but it goes to the off.
And he's riding. Okay. I've seen it. I just
because he has the tip. His mother was a mother.
Yeah. I don't know the Seinfeld in and out, so like that off the back of my head. But yeah, the 3 likes the slop. So that's kind of where we're at. I'll we'll all tweet our cards and figure out where we're at the Derby and get.
You know what I might have to ask for help on this is a Mutt.
Oh yeah,
Mutt's a big.
I heard. Guy. Yeah, let me know who he likes.
All right.
We'll see. I did see this. Yeah, this is it's crazy how time is a flat circle. The funny clip before this, hold on, pause it, was when she goes, how much are you betting? And he's like, this race, $10,000 or something like that. And they said, what about for the whole day? And he's like, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And she just looks like, yeah, look, the briefcase, it's got nonsense in it. This was the clip, I think, towards the end of this clip.
You're not going to believe what's in it.
What is in it? Bricks?
Sunglasses and gambling. I have my kids' toys in there and stuff.
Jesus Christ. Let's go bet. I'm ready. How much am I betting?
10 grand. I like 10 grand on Sierra Leone, but that's tomorrow.
On Sierra Leone?
That race is tomorrow.
I'll still bet.
Is that the final?
Sierra Leone.
That's the Derby. Yeah.
And how much are you betting?
On that race, I haven't decided yet.
How much are you betting today?
Hundreds of thousands.
What?
It's just a given. That's awesome.
Hundreds of thousands.
I love
That's
it's
just
just money. Who cares?
Well, it's this is my entertainment. Some people do other things. We gamble, so we come in and we gamble.
Amen.
That must be awesome, just being a horse racing guy growing up and actually making millions and being able to be in that life.
Dude, let me.
That's an ultimate guy dream.
The Pegasus setup was unbelievable. The setup was unbelievable, and they go there, and people rolled in late in the day. We got there an hour before the first race. They are true.
That's great.
Dyed in the wool horse racing guys. True. There's no faking it. They fucking love horse racing.
Horse racing people are the best.
Get excited for it 3 days, and then a few times in the summer you pop on Saratoga on TV. But I like the 3 majors. I like the Triple Crown. That's it. That's it.
I think that's how.
But you're a fraud.
That's how most people are, though.
Normal.
You're a fraud. No Derby party. You can't be the Derby party guy and not have the Derby.
That's true.
Still.
And you were so quiet about it. You kind of were like Meek when the Knicks lost.
When it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But
I thought that was gonna be your thing, Bosco. You were gonna be the host of the Derby.
I do. The weather's still not great, and I'm not gonna just make it a work thing. Listen, a lot of people have oblos. Apparently, it's a big day. Communions. I'm running into a lot of fucking communions. Literally, I'm like, hey, fucking Donnie Damage, you want to come over? I got a fucking Little League. I got this. I got that. So, I want to build my base of all the characters, and then you guys are the icing on top. I'm not going to drag you all there and just have a work party. You'd be like, why? We could have done this in the fucking office. Why? What the fuck is the deal? I see you enough every day. Give me the characters. You want to go talk to the characters. You don't want to talk to me all day. So I'm doing you a favor.
Listen, if Slim Cooper ain't going to be there, I
exactly.
We should go to Belmont this year.
Would you say Donnie Danger?
Donnie Damage.
Slim Damage. I told you the first time I met Slim Cooper, nicest guy in the world. 2 minutes later, he was in a bar fight.
Yeah.
True story.
A legend.
True story.
Legend. All right, let's go pick. Smitty, what do you got?
You can start with Clemmer over there.
Sure, Clemmer, what do you got?
Yes, absolutely. I have my pick of the day is Cardinals run line. Sonny Gray against the White Sox. Gray's been incredible this year. Brad Keller is making his first start of the year for the White Sox. I don't really like him very much. So I play today. By the way, 6 in a row. Play today. I'm going for 7 in a row today. Other picks: Blue Jays over 4.5 runs. My early win, by the way, the early win promo on DraftKings is still available. Grab it. I'm going to grab the Padres money line today. I'm also on the Mets. The plus 120 is my underdog of the day. And then I'm on the show. Guardians run line. I like that too.
Yeah, good win yesterday. I'm going to take the Guardians in the early win, and I'm on the hit parade, which is very, very juicy today. Plus 272, I believe. And that's it. But I'm also going to be on the Mavs. I'll fire that in late night. Smitty, what do you got?
Cubs, Brewers, no run first inning. Phillies, Aaron Nola over strikeout prop. Phillies -1.5. They are so hot. They're at home again against the Giants. And Magic -4. And man, I hate it, but I love it. Oakland Athletics -1.5 at home. JP Sears on the mound. It's plus 150. And they're facing the Marlins, who just had a great series against the Rockies, but they're so bad, and they're traveling across country to play tonight.
I don't hate that. What time's the day? What time's the game?
9:40, I believe.
All right, so he's better at night.
JP Sears?
Yes.
We're having this argument again.
I just know he's better at night. I heard it. I think he's. I heard someone talking about it.
I'm honestly just concerned that they win 1-0 and the run line doesn't cash.
Yeah, exactly.
Smitty, I like the pick. The A's are only 2.5 games out of first place. Don't count them out that AL West just yet.
Oh, the bet of the year is going to be a week before the trade deadline. Take all season-long Athletics unders because they are going to major league this bitch and completely just sell the house. Sears is gone. Blackburn is gone. There's no way they aren't going to just sell everyone if they're trying. They had a batter, Ruiz, who's hitting 400, and they sent him down. It's abysmal.
They'll trade every good player to the Braves.
Exactly. Exactly. It's exactly what's going to happen. A week before
I'm riding with you, Smitty, on the A's. I like that. I don't like Ryan Weathers, the Marlins pitcher either. Let's go.
No.
Duke's pick.
So my
or
friends,
a horse.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know my friend. My friend's grandma lives right by Belmont, and she's fucking sharp.
Okay.
Like, she gives me out some winners for the big three sometimes.
This is such a great opening. Oh my god.
Yeah. All my friends are like, "What's her pick? What's her pick?" We still haven't gotten the pick yet, so we're riding her horse.
Okay.
I don't know what it is yet.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
You need to tell us who it is.
I will.
Please put that in the chat.
Because she's she lives right by Belmont. She'll go to the horse track now that she's retired, and it's fucking awesome.
My friend's grandmother has a Derby pick.
Yeah.
That's it. Responsibly, that's it.
You need
Thank you, Nana.
You need to tell us who it is.
She's the GOAT.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's the best. It's a great. Again, it's one of those events that I just think is under the radar. I think the majesty of the Derby and the whole pomp and circumstance.
Well, pomp and circumstance. And one thing we're working for Barstool that I never realized the Derby was. Well, obviously Preakness is a shit show.
Yeah.
Growing up, I went to Preakness one time. I didn't see a horse.
Right.
That's how much of a shit show it is. I did not understand that the Kentucky Derby is kind of the same thing. If you're not a millionaire.
Oh, really?
Yo, it's wild. It is wild. Or at least it was. Back in the early blogging days.
Yeah.
But wild.
All my lacrosse people out there, I do have picks tonight. Conference championship week. It's May. May is here.
Okay.
Notre Dame -1.5 against Virginia. Fuck Jake Malisak. And I'm taking Yale -1.5 tonight in the Ivy League semis against Princeton.
Okay.
That's
Is that game in Princeton?
No, I don't know. So I think it's in Ithaca, New York, where Cornell is.
Got it.
Yeah, that's where they're holding.
So closer to Yale, though.
Yeah, and I don't know how much home home field advantages in lacrosse.
Well, if it was Princeton,
but if it's in Ithaca, I can't imagine both teams are amped to
if
be
it was
there.
Princeton, I'd say we could go. That's all.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know,
I'll be at the quarterfinals at Hofstra.
All right.
I've been to a few Penn.
I'm on 2 lacrosse podcasts now. The only person in the world with 2 lacrosse podcasts.
I've seen a few Penn State and High Point and lacrosse games.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
exactly. So, all right, that's Pick Central. Loaded weekend. Knicks advances to the second round. Enjoy the Derby. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy the fights. Enjoy the baseball all night tonight. Enjoy the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs. You got a lot to go with. We'll touch base on Monday.